Are we recording?
Okay, here we go. Brent, take it away.
Oh, what you know?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the LPE Podcast. Today, once again, it's me, Brent, and we are joined today by my co-host, Isaac.
What's up?
And our guest today is my good friend, Kyler.
What's up? What's up?
And also off to the side, we have my ex-roommates, best friends, Andrew and Vinny.
What's going on?
What's up, everybody?
Okay,
Dig.
so we're doing this podcast very, very last minute. Well, like not last minute, but like on the fly.
Unplanned. Yeah.
On the fly. Kyler showed up, and we're like, we got to do this podcast. Let's do this right now. So we got everything together, and we're doing it on the fly. All right, Kyler.
We're gonna set it off right tonight.
That is right. All right, Kyler. So, tell us a little about you. Tell us a little bit about you and what your history in gaming is.
All right, so I'm 24. I've been gaming for, I don't know, like 14 years ish. And the first game that I think like really set me off was Runescape for sure. But before we even get into the gaming, just a little bit about me is I do like a daily show on Instagram and Facebook called Coffee with Kyler, kind of like your little daily dose of inspiration.
Okay.
And also I work making race car engine parts, so it's pretty dope. I've been doing that for like 6 months. And yeah, that's just a little bit about what I do. But when it comes to RuneScape, that definitely was the game that set me off on gaming like big time. And the only games that have ever pulled me off of RuneScape, even for a short period of time, were like the Call of Duty series.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with World of War. With that, I would say that hooked me for a minute, and we got into that real heavy, me and Andrew for sure. But RuneScape, I've consistently played for like about 14 years.
That sounds about right, because when I was 15, which would have been 14 years ago, as a freshman, like everyone was playing that game in like computer class. Everyone was just sneaking off and just playing RuneScape in computer class.
Dude, it's gone through some serious evolution in 14 years. Like starting with RuneScape Classic, then into like the original old school RuneScape. Like, the original old school RuneScape is what hooked me, because I watched my friend Ryan play Classic when he was originally starting, and Classic was basically like Legos. Like, that's what the graphics looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you...
Slash.
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. But the moment it went into old school, that's when me, Andrew, and a couple others just, dude, we set off on an adventure.
Nice. I just have one comment to make about Coffee with Kyler. No, just kidding.
Dude, yeah, so hold on, let's go on that, because I heard recently that somebody made a video.
Okay, that's not recent. That's 6 months old.
Bro, I had no idea about this.
That was Jordan's younger brother?
Somebody told me Zach Cotter made one. Somebody told me...
It's
like,
sorry,
I heard
Isaac. It's like an inside thing.
Yeah,
so I do a daily show called Coffee with Kyler, and every morning, so I've done it for 227 days in a row.
Yeah.
And
congratulations, by the way. Good
dude,
job.
it's dope. It's been a cool experience for sure. But every morning it starts off with "Good morning," and yeah, it was like I think after 3 months I had like a couple people already make those montages, but I've never seen one.
Okay,
so I gotta come
that must be
across
cool.
it.
My biggest issue with
it's
coffee.
pretty funny.
My biggest issue with Coffee with Kyler right now is you are no longer drinking coffee on it.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna keep that tradition, but sometimes you just sometimes you gotta improvise. No, to be honest, my schedule with filming it, I film it every day on lunch because I get up way too early, so it's really inconvenient sometimes to do it right when I wake up. So I kind of plan it out a little. And now that I've been on this little study thing lately where I'm doing like a whole chapter in the Bible, that's been pretty rough. So I got to do a lot of studying to try and summarize pages. But yeah, back to gaming. When it comes to RuneScape, that me and Andrew definitely were the originals, because it was me, Andrew, and Ryan that started off playing, and then me and Andrew just became like we were just slinging RuneScape like left and right to everybody.
We got wild. We definitely did get wild.
We put RuneScape on deck, bro. We were just hooking everybody up. And dude, the greatest thing was, so Andrew used to go by Peeps. Like that was like his nickname. And I don't know why that ever really caught on. I never correlated it to like the disgusting little shit marshmallow things that you eat, because those are disgusting. And I never correlated it until like right now.
Wait,
that's not where it came from. It came from your family.
It was a family
Yeah, it just came
nickname,
from my
but I
family,
just
yeah.
realized, like, how did I never fucking give him shit for that? Sorry, but yeah. So for his first account was like Peeps325.
Peeps.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
account.
think I remember we played for a couple months, and the thing that started like the worst part of our gaming off was when we would fucking hack each other.
Oh,
like
what?
our best friends. Like I remember stealing Peeps325 from Andrew. I swooped the fucking account and I took his account, and he had to start over with iPod Nano 360, and he made that account. And dude, that shit was hilarious. But
Remember when Bryce had Finogles?
dude, yeah, that was like
Who was
2
Thug
years.
Waffles? Who's
Max
That
Tanner.
was Max Tanner.
Thug
But that
Waffles?
was like 2 years
Xbox
later.
Live. That was Xbox Live. That was a long time out.
Teenage boys being douchebags to each other.
Dude,
Yeah.
It, like the hacking got bad.
The hacking
like
did get bad.
So, Andrew, how many people did we have at one point in our group? It was me, you, Tyler, Arthur, Tyler's little brother, Sam, Trevor, Ryan.
Jeez.
There was like
We had at least 12.
At least
12
12 of
kids
us, like
playing
because there
RuneScape.
was like Jordan Hofsty and
Okay.
a couple randoms at Shavela that played with us
So
too.
we were in middle school, right, playing this, and what would you say, 6th, 7th grade?
We started
7th grade.
in 6th, I
yeah,
think.
we started in
but
6th.
like
Going into 7th
Yeah.
grade,
it was fucking crazy.
we would all go into the computer lab at fucking school, and there was like 14 or 15 people that would just play RuneScape
yeah.
fucking at lunch.
Yep.
And it was wild. Like, we were all fucking crazy. We were all
why
going
is
through...
Why is it that I only ever hear about people playing RuneScape at school? Like, why is that?
Well, because
I don't know.
like, cause you got to think that was way
It was
before.
addicting.
No, that was before you could connect like you do now with
At
streaming and
Xbox
fucking
Live.
Xbox Live, or even just because like we were about to talk about earlier before the podcast, the way that we would be able to communicate with each other while we played was doing a fucking 10-way landline call. Like I call Andrew 3 ways Arthur 3 ways in Tyler 3 ways in Ryan 3 ways in Sam goes to try, like, and then all of a sudden we'd have 10 people talking on one phone line,
house
and
line.
it's just fucking chaos, bro. But it worked, and it was so funny. Like, I mean, to think how many years we played. And what's funny is now that I still play as an adult, my accounts compared to like when we played as kids, I don't understand how we suck so much. Like we were like we put in years,
We put in
and we
hours.
fucking sucked. Like I put in hours now, and I get some shit out of it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and dude, it's so funny, but
Well, I think that can be said about with any kind of like MMO and a matter, because I mean like back when I used to play like World of Warcraft, like I sucked at that, but now if I were to hop back in now, I'd probably be fucking great.
I wonder
I'd probably
if
know my shit.
I wonder if it's just because you were playing when you were younger and you just get smarter as you get older, or if like the way that our games are being programmed, that it's like legit like reprogramming.
The thing is, a lot of times what they do is they make the games a lot easier and a lot more accessible. Like a stupid person can really play it. Like back in the day on World of Warcraft, we'll use this for an example. So let's say that as a warlock in World of Warcraft, I wanted to get the warlock mount. To get the warlock mount, you had to collect this is during vanilla WoW. Okay, you had to there's a point to this. Okay, so you had to get a bunch of items, take those items into a raid, which required like 15 people, and then you had to defeat that mount within the raid. And you'd also have to hope that the people in the raid are willing to do that with you.
Yes.
So it's like, and I'm probably gonna have some people, if whoever listens to this podcast, and if like they're World of Warcraft people, they probably will correct me, but they'll still get the gist of what I'm saying. It used to be really difficult, but now, what happens is as soon as you hit level 20, you get that mount.
Okay, so that the point that I was trying to make, because I understand that they make it more accessible and easy, but with it, when it comes to RuneScape, this game is the exact same as it's been since like 10 years ago. So they have the old school version now. So obviously the game progressed from when I started. So they have RuneScape 3, which is basically from the original all the way till its maximum progression. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people do not like the way that it's progressed. They prefer the original game that we played on when we were kids. Mm-hmm. And so the intellectual capacity for the game, nothing has changed except for a few add-ons here or there. The experience is the same. Everything's the same. But
you want to know what it is?
Well, no, I'm saying it's crazy how obviously I know I was a kid, so I didn't understand this is how to set goals. This is how to fucking
you just know how to play how to play the game now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a different play style now.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I'm just
hacking someone's account probably didn't help.
Oh yeah, no, that was definitely character issues back then. But yeah, I just find it interesting as I guess maybe it's so intriguing to me because that's the only game I've grinded on for fucking 12 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, pretty interesting. So did you ever have when you before the ability to connect like that, did you ever have those sort of big massive phone call type things? No,
because I never played RuneScape when I was in high school. And I didn't start doing online gaming with friends until Halo 3.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't let me see here. I think the closest thing to online gaming with friends is I would play something like Age of Empires, and a friend and I would just go head to head in Age of Empires, and that was the extent of it until I turned 17.
Okay.
17, 18 years old when I got Halo 3.
So Halo 3 came out in 2007.
Yeah.
So it's 11 years ago?
Probably late 2007, so I would have been 18. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't start online gaming until...
Me and Kyler started playing RuneScape, 2009, 2010?
No, it was 2006,
it had to have been earlier than that.
2005-ish. Because it was dude, like I said, it was 14 years. Dude, we were 10 or 11, so 11. So, yeah. Think of that. That's fucking 2005,
Time's flying, bro. Time's flying.
Yeah, no shit. But
because, as I was saying, I remember when people were playing when I was 15 in computer lab as a freshman.
Yeah.
So, you guys are 4 or 5 years younger than
2001.
RuneScape came out in 2001?
Yeah.
When did World of Warcraft come out?
I believe World of Warcraft came out in the 90s.
No, I think it was 2001. Do you know anything about World of Warcraft?
No idea.
World of Warcraft is fascinating in the sense that it's just for how long it's been around.
It came out in 2004.
Okay, yeah.
And what was funny is we got started playing RuneScape with a dude named Ryan.
Okay.
And he was a lot older than us. He was probably 4 to 5 years older than us.
So he'd be my age?
Yeah, he's your age.
Okay.
And he was initially playing World of Warcraft while me and Kyler were playing RuneScape.
Oh, yeah.
And we were kind of too young to get the gist of World of Warcraft. It's a lot going on and shit like that. And we used to watch it, and we were like, this is fucking wild.
Dude, I never...
Compared to the hack and slash game of RuneScape that we played, the online multiplayer, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you're watching this, and the graphics are just
blow it out of the water.
Blowing out of the water.
Well, yeah, for 2005, the graphics on World of Warcraft were nuts, compared to RuneScape. RuneScape was stick figures compared to World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But... yeah, it was literally one-click attack, whereas World of Warcraft, you have all the hotkeys for all your different attacks and whatnot. But, yeah, dude, I think going from World of Warcraft, though, to Xbox when that first came out, that was a fun transition just because of the fact that you had, the headset capability of playing with people from such a far distance.
Yeah.
When we did World of War, that's when we had this clan with Andrew's cousin out in Vegas, and we literally, dude, I remember... just grinding that game out every single day of the week. Like, that would be, like, right when I get home was the first thing I'd get on, and I'd be playing until it was, like, 11 o'clock, and my parents would be like, get off the game!
See, we were playing with my cousin at the time. He had a clan with, like, a 13-year-old kid from Texas.
Speaking of clans, bro, you fucking play Clash of Clans. Am I wrong or what?
I actually do play Clash of Clans right now.
Oh, gosh.
And-
you're one of those guys.
Dude,
But-
he's one of
Bro,
those
RuneScape
guys.
Mobile comes out October 34th.
Oh my
3rd.
I know it does. It's coming out.
It's about to
on
go
the
down.
fucking
My
phone.
craps at work are about to be fire. I'm about to be just smashing KBD like every turd. Just bam, bam, bam.
Vapes, let's go.
Yeah.
Smokes. Let's go.
Sorry guys, we're all hanging out. We're all talking about video games. We're having a good time.
Yeah, bro, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, you guys are talking about World at War.
No. So let me tell you. So we had the clan, right? My cousin had a clan with like a 13-year-old kid from Texas, like a 10-year-old kid from Iowa, and just fucking random little kids that were fucking bosses at Call of Duty. You know
They
what
still
I mean?
are.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kids
they
are the
definitely
best
still
at
are.
those
Yeah.
games.
Dude, we would have so much
we'd go
fun.
online. They'd get us into those fucking those hacked those hacked games. So you'd go in, you'd shoot like 2 people, and you'd be like 10 prestige.
Yeah, it was
Or
so
whatever.
sick,
You
bro.
know, you would like you would prestige a kill. You know,
Yeah.
they would come in, they would get you 10 prestige, and then we would play IGN. We were playing IGN matches.
What does that mean? Like,
It's the online gaming
Tho-
gaming network. So it's like clan versus clan.
Yeah.
like when you
Well,
say
like-
IGN, you're talking about like that company IGN.
Like literally IGN games. Like they used to run an online fucking
jeez.
versus match. So you would add your clan in,
What are you talking about?
and you would play Call of Duty against other clans.
Yeah,
Okay.
on World at War, it was badass.
It was fucking sick. You know what I mean? And me and Kyler had just gotten into the world, like online gaming had just came a thing for us. So like playing against like legit people fucking online that were
Yeah.
competing for it, it was definitely a fun change. And as we were growing up, it was, gaming got a lot crazier than it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. That was like the, like online multiplayer first-person shooters. They definitely hit their stride between like 2007 to like 2010,
Yeah.
2011. That's when the boom.
That was like Modern Warfare to Black Ops. I think.
Halo 3 to Black Ops
Yeah.
was like the big explosion of like, especially when it got really competitive. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing those games, was because they got way too competitive. People just got way too good, and they would go out of their way to message me and say that I sucked, even though I was just having a bad game.
Yeah.
And it was just like, so I had to take a break from I had to take a break from first person shooters.
See, that's the one thing that gets out of hand sometimes, obviously the online just talking shit, but the funny part was when we used to play RuneScape, we used to just trash talk each other and call each other noobs. And that was probably one of my most memorable times playing the game, was when we'd all fight each other at the duel arena, and we'd just be talking crap for hours. Dude, there was this kid Arthur, and hands down, I don't think I've ever met a crazier person in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were in 6th or 7th grade, and the dude had a BB gun and walks into McDonald's and pulls that shit out.
What?
And he's like, I just want a bunch of free shit. And the lady was the lady looked at me, and her eyes were big as fuck, and I almost started crying. I'm like, this is a joke. This kid's, he's fucking with you. Please don't call the cops. And he's just like, nah, bitch, this shit's real. Give me some food. And I'm like, Arthur, what the fuck, bro?
Oh my god.
This kid was crazy, and not even an hour later, we're walking down the street, and he points it at some kid who's probably 16, and the dude beats Arthur's ass and fucking breaks the BB gun, and Arthur calls the cops and starts fake crying to the cops, and dude, it was some crazy shit. This dude was nuts. But his mom ended up sending him away to one of those like reform camps where like the people grab you in the middle of the night. And dude, so this kid got taken away. You remember that shit when his mom fucking hired those people to come take you away?
Dude, so I didn't realize what those camps were until like I'm actually like of age, and my brother had.
What are we
like,
talking about right now?
Talking about this dude named Art.
Bro, this is
one of our best friends.
One of our best friends that we played games with for
okay,
years.
so he's one of the so
and the dude's crazy.
He was
like
wild.
There was one night we were playing at our friend John Hensley's house. There was like 5 of us, and this kid was rich, and he had like 4 computers just in his fucking like loft area.
Okay.
And so we're all playing games, and Arthur orders a fucking AK-47 with his mom's credit card.
Wait, what?
It was like
He bought a legit-
$1,700, and he orders a fucking legit AK-47.
That can only be
And
done on like
gets
the
it-
dark web and shit.
Bro,
though, can't it?
know this was a while back before this. I don't know, but he legit bought it, and it was getting shipped to his mom's
Got shipped
house.
to his house.
And not even 2 weeks later, that's when he fucking got sent away to this crazy camp. He comes back like a year later, tells us the story, and we're all fucking laughing about it. And there was one night we're playing games, and all of a sudden he starts fake screaming, and he's like, "Kyler, I'm getting taken away. Come fucking help me." And I start panicking. I'm yelling at my dad, "Arthur's getting kidnapped." And my dad's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I'm like 12 years old throwing a fucking fit, like, "My friend's gonna die." And yeah, the dude was just fucking with me. He had some other person on 3-way and was fucking just making a joke at me, and I'm like, "You
See,
dumbass."
I would lose my mind if
But the
someone did
dude
shit
was,
like that.
dude, this kid was crazy. But definitely fucking a
Shout out to
funny
Arthur.
friend to
Shout
have.
out to
Whatever whatever weird scheme
Do
you're
you-
pulling off right now.
Do you guys
Dude,
still
yeah.
talk to the guy?
I think I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's got a kid now and shit, but he's probably still crazy.
he's
Probably got like 3
No.
more he doesn't know about.
Okay.
Bro, dude, nuts. Let me
I
see my
have
date.
a funny story about this kid, this kid Arthur, and
Oh, I got some funny
just
stories about you in a minute.
just recently
About
too.
who? Me?
Andrew.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
just
yeah,
recently,
I
right?
don't think
We're
you know.
fucking when we played this game, we're about 10 years old, fucking going into like 12, 13, and we're about 23, 22. You know, at the time I was maybe like 22 at the time, and this guy fucking FaceTimes me on Facebook, right?
Okay.
So you know you have the Facebook Messenger and everything. You can FaceTime on it, and he fucking FaceTime me, and
He's
taking
probably
account.
jacking off. Is he jacking off?
No.
Oh.
Taking account this night, we were doing some sinful things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're getting a little wild. We're pretty fucking hammered. Whatever the case was.
You're listening to the devil on your shoulder?
Yeah, we were smoking a little bit of the devil's lettuce and all that shit. You know what I mean? I answer the fucking phone, right? I FaceTime him, and as soon as I answer the phone, he's yelling my mom's name.
Oh, Regina!
He's yelling, Regina, why didn't you let your son hang out with me? Da 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 da. Fucking, I'm like tripping out, like, what the hell is going on? He's fucking yelling my mom's name.
Bro, he used to make fun of my mom's name constantly.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
Debbie, and he'd be like,
our mom-
"I'm gonna have some little Debbie cakes right now." And he's like, "Oh, your mom tastes so good."
Our
I'm like,
moms
"You
didn't-
fucking disgusting
Oh my
person."
Our moms didn't let us hang out with this kid because he was fucking too wild.
Bro, I
right?
beat this kid's ass in 6th grade because
Yeah.
he was talking shit about my little brother, and
Wait,
I
you-
beat him up,
Oh.
dude. And then, yeah, it was really funny.
There's a bunch of wild stories about him, but fucking 10 years, 12 years later, first thing he says to me, he's screaming my mom's name over a FaceTime. Not even said hi or fucking anything. Screaming my mom's name, like acting like, why didn't you let me hang out with your son? Da, 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 da. It was fucking the weirdest thing ever, dude.
Okay.
It was wild, but this kid was absolutely insane.
Bro, him and Arthur were like notorious when we were kids for taking
Yeah.
shits at like the randomest places.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
It was
all right.
the funniest thing ever. Dude, I can tell you some of the funniest stories of your life
we
right
should
now.
probably get back on topic.
If only
of, like,
you were
games
live
and
and your listeners could be like, tell the shit story. It's
This
hilarious.
is what, This is
But-
what happens when you get your fucking guests like drunk and shit, bro.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
not drunk. We're just talking about
Oh
video
yeah,
games and funny
you didn't
stories.
just come back from the bar. A bunch of girls bought you a bunch of drinks. Did you not just say that not too long ago? Yeah.
Hey, well, you
fucking-
know what?
I'm not drunk,
He's not
though.
drunk, but that sounds like.
If we were drunk, we would be babbling on.
which is
You are definitely
We are
babbling.
kind of babbling on.
All
I'm
right.
not.
Okay.
I thought this was a podcast, not a fucking.
All right.
up.
So okay.
What do you want to know about RuneScape?
So well, first like Isaac's been over there quiet.
I'm laughing, man. Laughing my ass off.
What have you played anything this week?
This week? No, I've just been. I've been playing a bunch of my old games just to kill time until Red Dead comes out. That's basically it.
Did you get Did you download the season pass for Spider-Man?
No, not yet.
Because the first DLC comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm ready for that shit.
Yeah.
that shit's
What
sick.
you think it's just gonna be Black Cat, or do you think they're gonna introduce something else?
No, it's just gonna be Black Cat for this one. No, I don't know. You never know what they're gonna do. But there's gonna be 3 DLCs that come out. This one, then one in November, and then one in December.
Do you
So it should
think
be-
they? Are we still gonna have the episode about Spider-Man, or
We're gonna get Sam on here eventually. Yeah.
okay? No,
Yeah.
because I was gonna say, do you think that within the 3 DLCs they're gonna deal with Harry at all, or do you think they're gonna deal with Miles at all?
I think both of those guys are gonna. They need to be done correctly. They might do some Miles, but
Like an intro.
I think both Harry and Miles deserve time in their own game and not in DLC.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so, we'll get back. So I wanted to hear from Isaac a little bit because he's been over there sitting quietly. Yeah, we're definitely all ready for Red Dead in this room. I know that I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Vinny just pre-ordered it not 2 hours ago. He went and pre-ordered Red Dead. We got to get Andrew on that pre-order, but he's got some other money priorities coming up.
Yeah, you saving up for something else that's dead, huh?
That's right. Main stage all day, huh?
Main stage madness.
What are you guys talking about?
Day of the Dead. Yeah.
I forgot
So-
how to say it in Spanish.
It look. You know what's funny is once they put the stage lineups out, it makes it seem like doper now.
Right? I know,
Like,
right?
why is that?
I don't know.
It seems kind of dope now. I mean,
Yeah, it
like
does.
it's not like it wasn't dope. I mean, it's gonna be sick no matter what. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good day.
knife party, bro.
That's right. That'll be my 13th time seeing them.
13th time,
That'll be
It's
dude.
a lucky number.
That number, dude. Yeah, that's a gnarly number.
13th time on my 4-year anniversary of raving.
Wow.
Yeah.
You fucking raver.
Yeah, I retired.
Dude, Kyler, you should come with us.
Nope.
Kyler's
I'm out of the game, son.
Kyler's making his rave comeback in Electric Forest 2022.
That I would do. That would be the only way I'd come back.
So
Is to go to the place in which I retired.
So a little bit more about Kyler. What Kyler does is he comes over to our apartment here, brings his laptop, doesn't hang out with us, but he plays RuneScape all night.
Yeah, I'd be doing that right now if
Here's
we
what-
weren't doing the podcast.
Look, I got an idea. Okay, we've talked about Red Dead. We've talked about Spider-Man. We've talked about World of Warcraft. We talked about RuneScape. Let's bring up some games that you guys have never, ever brought up.
Okay.
Go ahead, Vinny. Like what?
Yeah. Why don't you start it off?
Okay, well, give me a moment. Give me just like a moment.
Okay.
Like, what's a
I got
game-
okay. Who here ever played the games on like what was it, worldsfunnestgames.com? Those old like
Okay.
bro, like do you remember those like
Motorcycle.
Moto X games and then the ones where you would make your own roller coasters by just drawing lines and then dropping the little fucking bike
I
thing
remember
on
that
there?
kind of shit.
That was
yeah.
on, no, it was called
Mostfungames.com. That's what it was.
Addictinggames.com.
There was a
Bro, there was a
games
couple
too.
of them, but those
Yeah,
were
there's a
like
couple
the
websites.
original
You
games I
would
played
draw
before.
your
any other game
Talking about,
would
like,
draw
Flash
your
games?
track.
Yeah, those like
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It was
those-
like
yeah.
the websites with like fucking 100 or more games just on the front page, and
No,
it's just
I
you
think-
click
That shit
it
was
and
sick.
dude,
Some of
those were super sick.
What was it? Do you guys remember the website stickdeath.com?
Yes.
Yeah, like
yeah, where
game-
you would
like-
make the fucking thing and it would just fall and just go like through all the shit that you
Bro,
drew,
it was
right?
really, if you think about it, it was really like just all these random websites that had all these weird little things.
Those
you know?
websites, those random websites have some of the funnest like
Yeah, I feel like
online
going
or just
online
website games.
now.
Yeah, once you found the
it's
right
like,
game, you would be stuck on that game
Yeah.
for like.
I feel like
Forever.
I feel like people use the internet so much to where these types of things just aren't as cool anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I remember going on the internet and like my brother would tell me about this show called like Happy Tree Friends or something, you know, and you'd play these weird obscure games like the stick figure games, you know, where you draw the line, you know, shit
Yeah,
like
but
that.
those aren't popular anymore because of there's no social compatibility to it. Like people
Dude,
play
I kinda
games
wanna,
now
like,
to
look this
interact.
game up now.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
people play games mostly to interact. Like a lot of the people
Most
that
games
have
are online now.
well, yeah, and a lot of people get passionate about games because they have this ideal image in their head that they can make a career out of it eventually.
Okay,
I don't know about that,
Bro,
don't
I
that's
think,
true.
well, I would say there's hobby players and then there's players that play a lot and have, like, I mean, for my little brother, like, for example, like that, he's set on, like, he's going to make a career out of it. And a lot of his friends
Well, I mean, the
have
doors,
that in
the
their
doors
head too
are
because of streaming.
the doors are open now for sure. But I mean, I still think it's just like.
Like gaming is a legit sport now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's an
For sure,
like
yeah,
that
for
blow
sure.
like that is blowing my mind. And you got to think like there's many avenues like what we're doing right now. This is a potential avenue through gaming to end up making some sort of a monetization.
Yeah.
sure.
And yeah, dude, it's interesting how like this has become such an intricate platform for people to actually make a foundation for themselves.
Mhm.
So yeah, dude.
I mean,
think
whether
that-
it be through what we're doing, like you said, through podcasting or like I guess like
Twitch,
like
YouTube,
yeah,
Facebook,
They have
like
that fucking thing in Anaheim for esports.
So
Yeah.
then go
Yeah.
back. Let's go back. Let's take
Yeah,
it back
so-
a step. Where did this all start? So when did someone go, okay, you know what? I can make some money off of playing video games because it wasn't always
those
like that.
original online MMOs. RuneScape was a membership.
I think
thing,
World
like,
of Warcraft
years
was-
ago.
might have been-
RuneScape
okay,
was
RuneScape.
membership.
Yeah, RuneScape.
Counter Strike. Well, I mean, and you got to think.
Yeah, but it was all like selling a character that you got to level 70 or whatever. That's what it was. Now it's different. You can make money through like other means, but that's,
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't
back
that what
then
it
they
was?
had CD games where you could get Counter Strike on CD, and those weren't. I don't think those were monthly subscriptions. I think it was like buy the
Counter-Strike,
$60 disc, you get the game,
No,
and you
not-
could play on the online server.
Right.
Whereas then it went to monthly subscriptions.
I don't
through
mean like that.
MMOs.
I mean like people making a living off of like something they come up with, like through the game itself. You know what I
I
mean?
think that started probably with apps, and then apps went into like bigger. I mean, because you got to think like
Are
that's
you talking about like people modding games and selling
No.
the mod?
or that too.
or people
but
just creating their own games independently and then selling them. Is that what you're talking
no,
about?
I'm just saying like. When did someone
Wasn't that how-
have like a brilliant idea where like, oh, I can make money off this? Why don't I sell my character? Why don't I do this? You know, and then people started making a living off it. Because isn't that how it started?
You're saying like build an
Because
account
there was-
and sell it. I mean that kind of. I mean from my
Right.
earliest recollection, just because of like the games I chose, I remember World of Warcraft. I remember RuneScape, where you could go online and purchase somebody's account.
Because before those games, nobody was making money off it. It was just the developers selling the games.
Yeah,
That
and
was
then
it.
obviously once you got into those online MMOs, you could start doing botting, which means you could like obviously get a lot of that in-game money and then
Right,
sell
right.
that shit.
Exactly.
So,
people would get banned for doing that stuff.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's obviously
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there was a company that got sued by Jagex, RuneScape's thing, and they got millions of dollars through their lawsuit. Like because people were botting and then selling that gold online for real world money. But yeah, dude, I think that was like the
I think-
first way of people
and
thinking
in my
that they
mind,
could
like
get
that,
money
that's
off
like
of
the most
it.
ridiculous thing to do. Like, if I would not be caught dead buying gold for real money, because in those games, it is so like if you just know how to play the game, you can make a ton of gold real quick doing your professions that you pick. Like, we'll use
Right.
World of Warcraft, for example.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you
like-
got to think, if some people make enough money, why on earth would they spend hours playing it when they could just purchase it? Like, there's always going to be a customer.
That
there's
kind of defeats
always
the
going to be
purpose, though.
but there's always
Yeah.
going to be a customer.
People
no matter
will-
how
no,
you
of course,
slice it,
people will
there's
buy
going
it.
to be a market.
But people will buy it. But that's the thing. It's like, why? Like,
Yeah, exactly,
What, like,
yeah.
what the
So-
hell?
Everybody has different
Yeah, 'cause-
inclinations
yeah,
to how
'cause-
they want to get to the end. Like, some people
Because
would
you're
rather
seen
get
as like
the-
there's no point, there's like nothing to play for. But there's some people who just like, I just want all the shit. Just let me buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people that's like, there's a way to get this maxed out armor, but it would take me 6 months of actually playing the game. Well, if I make enough money, why not do it?
But that's the thing.
That's why
in
there's
my eyes, it's like, why do that when that's what the game is made for?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
But
play
you're a
it.
different player. There's
we-
some
we all
people
understand
that
what you're
have a
saying.
total.
Yeah.
I'm just playing
yeah.
devil's advocate,
Sure,
just
sure.
telling you
Yeah.
there's somebody out there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because,
there are.
dude, years ago, I was in, I thought about it. I mean, you got to think of all the games that you put on your phone.
I
There's, that's
well,
how
we
people
know.
make the
I mean,
money.
I'm sure you know people who have made plenty of money off it. I know people who made plenty of money off it too. Bryce's stepbrother.
Oh, yeah,
former
he used
stepbrother
to grind
made
people's accounts on World of
A
Warcraft and
lot
make
of money,
a lot
dude.
of money.
He bought
yeah.
a nice Mercedes.
But that's what I'm saying. There's
Off of World of Warcraft, he bought a Mercedes, bro.
From selling
From
characters.
selling accounts and characters and
That's
whatnot.
crazy.
Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. So, okay.
There's
So
a whole
y-
community behind that. I think we're just kind of looking at it from the outside, but really,
Yeah.
there's it to some people. It's like that's normal. Like,
So a few minutes ago, you said, okay, let's talk about games that we haven't talked about. Okay, so I came up with a game that we haven't talked about yet that I think would be a fun game to talk about.
Halo.
No. So, was there a Pokemon that you could never get a picture of on Pokemon Snap?
Gyarados.
Pokemon.
You can never get Gyarados?
I don't know. Maybe
You're talking about Pokemon Go?
No, Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon.
I don't know what Pokemon
On
Snap
the
is.
Oh, dude.
64, bro. Come on.
It's Nintendo 64. You were like this guy in a little cart. And
I
you were
wasn't
walking
a cool kid. I didn't have one.
Yeah. I don't know. That was just kind of a
I
random
had a
one.
Sega Dreamcast.
And
I played
Gyarados.
Sonic.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember.
That was
You had to
my
I
shit.
think you had to
Jigglypuff.
you had to push a Magikarp into some water, right?
Oh no, Poliwhirl was hard to get. I think.
Poliworld,
What about that Pokemon Go, son?
Pokemon Go. Did you ever play Pokemon? Did you play?
Hell yeah, I'm level 32, bro. I got some fire on there.
Dude, Vinny, I remember when Pokemon
Spitting
Go.
out some fire.
I remember when Pokemon Go started.
I
and,
remember.
like,
I already know what you're gonna say.
and-
We were working at Target, and people at Target were picking.
No. I don't think I was even working at Target anymore. But no, I remember I was at your house one day.
Yeah, and you came over, and you're like, "Let me."
It's like I got to go run down the street and catch this Pikachu real quick. I'll be right back.
That's right. I remember that.
No,
that
you want-
thing. Let me just
wanna know
say
what's the-
one thing. That thing died out real quick.
No,
bro.
it's still. I think. Well,
It's
I mean,
still
yeah,
going,
it's
but
Still
come on.
going, but it's not
as
nearly
big.
as popular
But dude,
as it when it
That
first
is
came
not
out.
true.
Okay.
Because people at my work still play Pokemon Go.
Okay, but what was that? What's that? Okay, so you get off.
I got it
at,
downloaded right here, homeboy.
I'm
no,
about to.
there. So there was that fountain, that lake fountain thing, right off of. I think it
Yeah,
was
the duck
Temecula.
pond. The duck
it-
pond.
the duck pond in Temecula. So there in that circle that you walked around. There were like 4 of those Pokestop
Yeah,
things.
Pokestops.
Pokestops.
Yeah, there were hundreds of
And there were
people
hundreds of people just walking around this pond all day, because there were these. Did you ever play it? Did you ever play
Yeah.
Pokemon Stop?
Yeah,
or
I
Pokemon
played it.
Go?
I played it for like the first
Bro,
3
there's
or
a
4 months.
Houndour right here.
Oh shit!
A hound.
Yeah.
So we got Kyler here. He's got Pokemon Go. He's got Pokemon Go open, and literally there was a Houndour in the apartment, and he just caught it.
Well, then why don't we go back and talk about Pokemon?
Okay, hey Andrew, did you ever play Pokemon Snap?
No, Pokemon for Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color.
Or did you ever do the car? What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon? Okay, I think that's okay. I'm gonna be kind of a dickhead, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, because I've got a bunch of favorite Pokemon, but my favorite generation of Pokemon was the Silver and Gold generation.
Oh, you're lame. Mine's the first generation because it's just
Fossil,
the best.
bro. Fossil.
Mine's
The-
definitely the first generation too,
Bro,
because I had the. I guarantee everyone, pretty much everyone, their first Pokemon game was the yellow version.
not me.
No,
Or-
I definitely
Mine
had
was yellow,
I had
red,
yellow was my
red, blue,
yellow was
like
my
I had
first,
all
but
three.
like I knew plenty of
Yellow
people
or
with
the
blue and
red?
red.
Actually, I did have
Yellow
yellow.
or the
Yeah, you're
red?
right. But
What about you, Isaac? What
Yellow as well.
Yellow.
Yeah.
My first Game Boy was the yellow edition with Pokemon Yellow. It came as like this bundle.
Oh, okay.
So I got the yellow Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I had that one
Pokemon Yellow.
too.
The box ones.
Yeah.
I had a yellow box one.
Yeah. That shit's so old
Bro,
school, bro.
I'm getting some memories coming
But
back.
okay, so Andrew,
The best one was right after that though. Was the silver and gold,
Damn, you
right?
have a
Yeah,
gym
that's what I was
in your
saying.
It was
apartment?
it was not Zapdos.
I caught 4 Pokemon.
no, it was Ho-Oh and Lugia.
Yeah,
Those
that
ones were the
shit's crazy.
platinum ones, though.
No.
No.
That was silver and gold.
Silver and gold. Those are the
didn't
best
they
ones.
have a silver one that was it was called platinum?
No,
Pokemon
they
Platinum?
had a version that was called Crystal version.
That's like way later on.
No,
though.
Crystal version was like kind of a combined of both.
Oh, Ruby and Sapphire. Those were fun as hell
Ruby
too.
and Sapphire came after that, right? After
Ruby,
Those-
Sapphire, and Emerald.
Dude, those ones were
I didn't get back
sick,
into it until
bro.
black and white. What'd you catch?
I just caught a brand new Pokemon.
What'd you catch? What was
I
it?
have no idea. We're about to find out.
Yeah, I
a
wanna find-
Chimchar.
A
Chimchar?
That's a
Oh
new
yeah,
Pokemon.
that's I think that's
Pokemon Red
Pokemon
and Blue.
White. I think that's a Pokemon White. I don't know. I'm out of touch.
Damn,
but
son,
Andrew,
you're
I
a
gotta.
gym right here.
You know, on the topic of Pokemon, what did you ever play Pokemon Snap?
Was that where you just take the pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had the Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64. But
Okay.
I never really got into it.
Oh really?
Like, I played it, but I just never was into it. I was always into the Game Boys. I had
Oh,
a
yeah.
Game Boy Color.
Okay. Well. Okay. Did anybody? Oh shit!
Wild Rapidash.
You Rapidash. Okay. How about Pokemon Stadium?
Okay, Pokemon Stadium was a different story. Pokemon Stadium was fucking badass.
Pokemon Stadium is on par with like 007. Is that you lost friends?
007
You
was
lost
the
friends.
shit, bro.
You lost friends playing Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, you definitely did.
I was really good at Pokemon Stadium. Did you ever play Pokemon Stadium? Oh, you didn't have a Nintendo 64.
I have a 64, man.
He was
I had
a PS1 guy.
That's right.
Yeah,
He was a PS1.
PS1 guy.
Okay. All right. We'll throw it over to you, Isaac. What is a game that we haven't talked about, either from 20 years ago or 20 minutes ago? What is a game that we haven't talked about yet that might be fun to talk about?
Oh, might be fun to talk about.
I got one in my head if you can't think of one.
Go ahead, go first. I'll think
Bro,
about it.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Okay.
Oh,
Tony-
That
man.
game
That's
was that
Series
game
evolution.
was unbelievably epic. Those were like some of my hands down favorites.
I mean, even as a kid playing that on like Nintendo 64 was like a lot of fun. I mean, I never really could figure it out, but it was still fun to just kind of like skate around and just grind for forever because that was the only thing that I could do.
I think the first one didn't have manuals on it, right? To like link up all your tricks together. I think the first one didn't have it. The second one did.
I'm trying. The first one I think was like my most favorite one because I'd play it like every Thanksgiving and Christmas because I didn't have the system with the games. My cousin did, and he would bring it to Christmas and Thanksgiving at my grandma's. And yeah, dude, I just remember a couple of the different maps, but like each trick was just like basically two buttons on like the analog and then like square or circle.
Yeah.
And
Square,
it was
circle, triangle was to grind.
yeah.
X
Yeah.
was to jump,
Jump.
so it was square, circle to flip.
Yeah.
Or
You
grind.
gotta collect those VHSs.
Yeah, dude, it was epic.
collect
like
the
those were legit.
Okay, so Isaac, since you were a PS1 guy, and I believe this game was on the PlayStation, what did you play? Crash Bandicoot?
I did. I played a lot of it. It was
Oh,
like one.
yeah. It was
one-
definitely on
that one and
PlayStation,
Spyro were
right?
the ones I played the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Crash, it's my understanding that Crash Bandicoot was the Dark Souls of the PlayStation 1 era, right? Wasn't it like really hard? Or there
I
were
mean,
certain,
I was 4.
or
so,
was
I
it
mean,
wasn't there? But I think there were
Came
some
out in
parts.
1996.
I heard that there was some parts of Crash Bandicoot that were just stupid hard, that like it was almost game breaking, like jumping across the bridge or.
there was
like-
some like that bridge one. That one I would never jump through it the normal way. I went on the rope and cheated my way through the.
Oh,
through the-
you could do that.
Yeah, you could jump on the rope on the sides
So-
and just run along the rope.
Did you? So I don't think we've talked too much about these games, but on PlayStation 1, did you ever play Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3?
I watched my older cousin play it, but I never played it myself.
Those. So when I was like 13 years old, my sister's boyfriend at the time, he gave me his PlayStation 1 and all of the games with it.
Uh-huh.
And so like that's how I got into PlayStation. Was I basically got all my PlayStation stuff for free, and included was the first 3 Resident Evil games, and I played through all of them because they were so awesome and they scared the shit out of me.
And now they're almost all re-released for PS4.
Yeah, well, yeah. They've rebuilt Resident Evil 2 from the ground up.
Yeah.
To match the playstyle of.
Oh, so it's a complete remake then.
It's a complete remake.
It's not even a remaster.
Because it's now in the playstyle of Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have So have you thought of a game that we haven't talked about yet?
I was actually gonna bring up Crash Bandicoot. Believe it or not. Yeah, I was gonna say that one.
Are you gonna get the Spyro Remastered Collection?
There's some weird deal with that one. There's like some weird deal where it only comes with the first game, I think, and the other 2 are downloads.
Well,
there's some weird deal.
But you still get it all at once, right?
You on the disc. What I've been told is on the disc it has the first game on the disc,
and then
a link, and then 2 download codes.
Oh, I mean that's okay. That is kind of weird though.
Yeah, just why wouldn't
they just put them all on there?
It's not a memory space type.
Are they rebuilding them from the ground up? Did they rebuild them, or is it just
HDifying the games?
Oh wow.
So they had it on the PS4, right?
Which one?
The Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, it was remastered recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the Insane Trilogy.
And I believe they even finished up some lost levels.
Have they said anything? You know what they need to do?
I haven't seen anything since.
Huh?
I haven't seen anything since.
You know, it'd be crazy if they remastered these and re-released it. They might have remastered them for PlayStation 3, but Jak and Daxter?
They did do it for PS3.
They did do it for PS3?
Yeah.
And then here's something funny that I just got a huge kicker out of this because it kind of reminded me of what Bethesda is doing with all their remasters of Skyrim. But and this is just on the topic of remasters and re-releases. But Square Enix is once again re-releasing all of the Kingdom Hearts games as one purchasable.
One mad pack.
Mad pack of every single game ever released.
With the third one, or it's
no, it's not with the third one. And it's like it's out now, or it's out in a few weeks. And I was like, well, shit. What the fuck? Like.
Why wouldn't you buy it?
Huh?
I mean, did you play all the games that?
Well, the thing is, I have two.
Wait, so even the DS ones?
Yeah, it comes with every Kingdom Hearts game ever made on it.
It's like what they did with Metal Gear.
So what bums me out is that I've got 1.5, 2.5, but now
there's like 2.8, I think, right?
Then there's 2.8, so I would have to actually buy another game for that. But this collector's edition comes with all of them up through 2.8. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the thing they did with the Metal Gear games.
Did they?
Yeah, they even had the.
Did they remaster? They're not
for PS3.
Which one did they remaster?
They put out one with even the computer first Metal Gear game.
Oh, really?
All the way up till Metal Gear 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I could never get into those. Those are super dense.
It was one of the first games I played, though, believe it or not, when I was like 6. And I've played like every single game since the first one, and I still don't know what's going on.
I don't think anybody knows what's going on. I think what's happening is the timelines get all whacked out. Like
I understand the timeline, but I just don't know what's going on.
So tell me, Metal Gear Solid 5 takes place before Metal Gear Solid 4, right?
It takes place.
Or like.
Yeah, 4 is the last one.
Okay.
4 is the last one.
4 is the last one chronologically?
Yes.
And then I guess in Metal Gear Solid 5, you're not even as Snake. You're someone who has been like plastic surgery to look like Snake.
Correct.
With all of his abilities.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I think they brainwashed him so he has the same. He somehow has the same trait.
That was probably Hideo Kojima's way of saying, "Fuck you. Well, you fired me."
He also. There was some whatever the ending was to that game got cut out.
Oh really?
Yeah, he wasn't able to even make the last game that he wanted to make. Yeah,
that's weird. But... Okay, so we're gonna hop back over to our guest, Kyler. What are some other games that you've played in your lifetime? Oh man, you just.
Dude, I was trying to sit here and think of some, and I really don't have. I know that we talked about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but I think after that, the only other real game that I had, significant that we played was, EA Skate.
No.
what else was there besides that? Like, I can't even.
We were
think
playing while we were playing RuneScape. So we used to pull all nighters at Kyler's house.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, dude.
You know,
those
we were I don't know. We were 5th, 6th grade or whatever.
Those
you know.
all-nighters, gaming all-nighters are always
Those
the best.
all-nighters
Dude.
were the funnest.
Yeah.
He had his computer set up on his regular computer stand. We had another laptop set up with the computer screen on the floor so I could be playing. And then we had his GameCube set up on the side.
Uh-huh.
And we were playing Need for Speed.
Yeah.
While Kyler would be playing RuneScape and we would switch off, I'd be on fucking Need for Speed with his little brother. Or around that time, a big game that we were playing was Guitar Hero.
Oh,
man.
shit! I forgot
Dude.
about that.
Dude, those
Yeah,
those
I
forgot about that
completely
shit.
forgot.
Those came and went.
Those were those were. I mean, I was a Rock Band person. I didn't ever.
Oh,
dude.
come
What
on.
the fuck is your
come on.
problem?
But
You
come
had
on,
the drums?
dude, Rock Band was fun. Did you
Yeah.
ever play Rock Band? Like,
I never got to play
I know that
it
Guitar
'cause
Hero
I was
eventually
so
released,
into
like,
the
drum.
guitar.
Yeah.
but like Rock Band, but I mean, it was part of that same era of like the music.
Yeah.
And then like Guitar Hero tried to make a comeback. We had that here. You
Yeah.
remember when I
Oh,
bought
yeah.
the new Guitar Hero?
That's when I first moved in.
Like, and it was so whack. I returned it.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
returned
Brent
it
took it back.
because like they redid the guitar. The guitar is like super weird now, and like I
Yeah,
don't-
my sister has it, and I don't like the guitar now. It's
For the new Guitar
it's
Hero?
the top and bottom.
Yeah.
like 3 and 3. It's garbage.
yeah,
I hate it.
So have you seen the new Guitar Hero? So
No.
what it is? So you know how the old Guitar Hero had like I think it was
Five
it was
buttons?
5 buttons
Yeah.
down. So it'd be easy. So the first 3 would be easy. 4 would be medium, and then hard.
Hard was all of them, and then
Hard
expert was like all of
was
them,
the
and then
fifth
like
one.
All sorts
faster.
It was
So
the orange.
so
We used to smash expert.
So
fucking
now instead of having 5 down, it is now 3 rows of 2. So a top row and a bottom row.
Oh, okay.
So you had to kind of go up and
ridiculous.
down, and it was
Yeah, that
it was
sounds
really
fucked.
it was really hard.
Yeah.
It was stupid hard. And then I think if you were playing bass, it forced you to play bass up, strum up
Oh,
for
strum up.
for bass, and it was like what? So like I bought it from Target, and I think after 3 days of having it, I was like, I'm taking this back and telling them it didn't fucking work.
Yeah.
So I took it back. I deleted it from my console, and I was like, I'm done with this game. But I remember like when I first got Rock Band, I was at this store with my stepmom at the time, and I was just like, and I was like, can I get this? And she was like, sure. And she bought it for me, and it was like $100 or something.
They were $100, right?
Yeah, they were like $100.
With
Yeah.
the guitar and everything. I remember it being $100 and like
Yeah.
being in the first game that I seen.
Dude,
like
I would spend
Like
money
over-
on that game. I spent money on that game for
Yeah.
years
Oh, it's
because
like buy songs.
because all these DLC songs that
Yeah.
would come out. Man, I don't remember what was that company. I don't remember the company, but they were geniuses with that game because they just made money off that game for like 4 or 5 years, however long it was like in production. And I bought every single version of that game. So I had Rock Band 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 was when I bought 3, it was the introduction of the keyboard. Oh, and I also bought Beatles Rock Band. I was super into
the
it.
Beatles Rock Band was.
I was super into the Rock Band.
They had the retro '70s one too, right? Or what was it called?
That an Aerosmith one.
Did you know Aerosmith made more money off Aerosmith Guitar Hero than they ever did on any of their records combined?
I would believe it. Yeah.
Dang.
Did you-
I would believe.
Yeah.
I would believe that.
That's what I heard, and it's no
Wouldn't
joke.
surprise me because back then, like, I feel like a lot of the artists were so drugged out that most of their managers would just take advantage of them.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
That's
But-
what I mean. I've heard it. I watched that. Have you ever watched the show The Defiant Ones on HBO?
Yeah.
With,
Yeah.
like, Dr.
Yeah.
Dre.
Yeah, that was
they
really
used
good.
To even say like back
Behind
then the
the
artists
music,
would get
too, on
fucking
YouTube.
screwed.
But I used to love getting like my friends would be like, yeah, we're gonna come over and we're gonna play Rock Band. You don't have another guitar? We'll buy you with the other guitar. And like so one
Yeah.
of my buddies bought me like the other guitar, and we would just because like nobody wanted to sing.
Yeah.
Like nobody wanted to sing, so we'd stay up all night, and probably not all night because that shit made noise. But like I got really good. I got really good at drums. The drums were like a lot of fun. I threw that game. I threw
Rock Band is they had drums.
I think right before we moved into this apartment, I threw out the drums and the guitar.
My stuff is in storage somewhere.
Like I kind of like, but like I no longer had a 360, and the game was probably like non-functional and shit like that. So it's just like I had to get rid of it.
Speaking of 360, you remember those Rings of Death?
Ooh,
I got hit by that.
I got hit twice by it.
Yeah, that shit was freaking whack.
The first time Xbox they gave you it for free.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They
So
used to have that
when
policy.
it originally came out, the
Because it was
policy
about 50-50,
was
right? If you got it or not.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
They
was
used to
it was
have a
pretty
crazy,
rare.
like policy too. When you
No, it
call
was
them, they'd be
not.
like, "All right, wrap it up in
It
a
was
towel
rare.
and overheat it."
No,
and
in
see
the
if it
beginning?
fixes it."
That's what we were saying.
Well,
And it was
everyone got
50,
yeah, it was
50.
crazy.
Well, after like a year and a half of playing your Xbox 360,
Do you
would
remember
get
that,
it.
Andrew? When you called the customer support and like, grab a towel and wrap it
Yeah,
up
they
and,
told
I
you
would
to
just
wrap
tell 'em I already
it
did
down.
that.
it. They were
would-
like,
they would
overheat
tell,
your
They would tell you to
Xbox.
overheat your Xbox.
to see if it would like reset it or like do something.
It would
fix
automatically
The
get
logic to
the
that
it
doesn't
would
make sense.
you would
Yeah.
wrap it in a towel, and it would get the red rings of death just by doing that, and it was supposed to reset it, or I don't remember what it was. Yeah,
That's
But
but
yeah, that was their logic. Was like, yeah, just overheat your Xbox.
Overheat it again
Yeah.
to reset it?
it was
What?
weird. I remember the first time I sent in my Xbox for the red rings of death, and it was absolutely free. They sent you a box with like the label already on
Uh-huh.
it, and all you had to do was take it to the post office and send it out. And it was a trip because I was probably like 11 years old or 12 years old or whatever. And I remember getting it back, and they pretty much gave you a brand new Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I remember everyone was sending them in, and they started charging for it. Like,
Oh, I believe it.
yeah, they started charging for it because they were just totally sending you refurbished Xboxes. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was wild.
I think they finally fixed that problem.
Yeah.
I don't think the Xbox Ones have any kind of issues like that.
I don't think
Yeah,
I
not
don't
too
think
many.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing with this generation is like the switches are bending a bit. That's what
Huh?
I've heard. They bend.
What do you mean the switches?
The Nintendo Switches.
Switch.
Oh, the switches? Oh, I've never played one of those. So.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Like I said, dude, I only play RuneScape.
Well, what else we got? Should we start wrapping it up? or-
I could tell a shit story. No, I'm just kidding.
RuneScape was what got me into PvP games.
Yeah.
Bro,
The
yes.
PvP in RuneScape, like, that's pretty much what got us hooked
Oh,
on that
Kyler's
game.
ready to go again.
Is
Bro,
we
yeah,
were-
no, I was literally stretching my back. I didn't want you to think I was tapping out. I literally was just stretching my back sitting from sitting in this chair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're
still
still
going.
But yeah, bro, PvP, that was the bee's knees. That was
Was it kitty's titties?
we would sit,
yeah, it was the kitty's titties, bro. Okay.
Okay, let me ask something. So when we were playing this, our friend Ryan was playing RuneScape, or not RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and he used to have a channel. What was that channel called that we used to join? Right, it was a clan.
TeamSpeak.
Was it TeamSpeak?
Yeah, where he had like all those people talking and
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes,
his
yes.
clan, they had a
A
I guess-
RuneScape server,
On-
right?
No,
Was
no,
it
it was
like
a
on
world. It
Vent?
was a World of Warcraft server.
Was it on Vent?
Yes.
It was Vent. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
Vent-
It wasn't
Ventrilo?
TeamSpeak. Yeah,
Yes.
Ventrilo.
Ventrilo,
That's
yeah.
what it was. And I remember getting on that, and he used to tell us like, "Yo, go in another channel because if they find out that you're in this channel and you're not playing WoW, they're gonna fucking kick you." You know what I mean? So we would fucking.
Those Ventrilo guys, they don't fuck around.
Yeah, they don't fuck around. He was serious. He's like, "Bro, don't come in our fucking channel." Like we'd have to go in like the very bottom channel. There was like a bunch of groups that you can go
Yeah.
in. And I remember going in on that and like us just sitting in the wild, just PvPing. That's all we used to do. We used to just fucking sit there and PvP the whole time. And it was the funnest thing ever. And that was before Call of Duty. That was before all that good shit. You know what I mean? So I think that started the PvP world for me.
Dude, and the funny thing with PvP is
Is it
like we
almost time
used
for
to
Vinny?
lure our friends into the wilderness where you could kill each other
It
and
might
we'd
be.
steal each other's crap. Like we used to lure Arthur out there, we'd lure Jordan Hofsty out there. We'd be like, hey, dude, we're going to go kill Chaos Elemental. We're all out here. And they'd teleport out there, and we just all just murder them and just steal their stuff. And,
And,
so
unlike
funny.
World of Warcraft, when you die, you lose all
And,
your
yeah,
stuff.
and that's
Yeah.
how RuneScape
Everything
is. You
in
die,
your
you
fucking
lose everything.
inventory, everything that you're wearing, you kept one item.
What?
You kept one item if you were Skulled and had Protect item on, but if
Yeah.
you weren't Skulled, you kept 3.
Yeah.
Your 3 most expensive items. But yeah, either way,
And
if you were
they would keep a chest plate over a badass attack weapon that you had.
Yeah, it was back
was
then.
wild.
It was different.
It was weird.
That does sound weird.
It was real fun though. It was really fun.
Well, should we start wrapping it up tonight? It's getting kind of late.
Sounds like a plan to me,
Yeah.
boys. That was a lot of fun. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
not a problem. Even though I didn't have too much knowledge about games, at least I could shed some light on how fun
Yeah.
RuneScape was back in the day and how it still is quite addicting.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today. Catch you on the next LPE podcast. Thanks for listening.
Later.
Later.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.